Hey everybody, welcome to TV Cooks. I appreciate you joining us today. I got a very nice video recipe for you today. We're doing a slow cooked beef pot roast in your oven. It's going to be fantastic. Y'all stick around. Alright, now usually when you do a pot roast, you want to use something like a chuck roast or a rump roast. You know, one of those types of big 3 to 4 pound roasts. And the preferred way to do this is cook it low and slow. Like simmer it if you're doing it on the stove, or I'm doing 300 in my oven, and you want to cook that 3 to 4 hours, and it's going to be about 3 or 4 pound roast. But what you do is braise it. So you need some kind of a liquid about halfway up the meat, and just let the meat sit in there and braise, and it's going to make it so succulent and delicious. And, oh yes, I'm just drooling thinking about it, man. It's going to be fantastic. The meat that I'm using was provided by Lobel of New York. They've got a special cut. It comes from the forequarter of the cow, and it's called the Wrangler beef pot roast. It's USDA prime, and this is a special cut you can only get from Lobel's. Lobels.com. Link is down below in the description box if you're interested. Let me show it to you. 4 pound USDA prime. This is the Wrangler pot roast from Lobel's. Look at all that marbling, folks. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. I've also got some onions I chopped up here, just sliced them actually, and sliced up 3 stalks of celery. I'm using, about 4 cloves of garlic. You can always add more garlic if you want. I'm just going to bruise that and throw that in the liquid. I need some salt and pepper. I've got some seasoned salt here, fresh cracked black pepper. You're going to brown the vegetables in the meat with a little bit of, I got canola oil, but you can use vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever floats your boat. I'm using water as my my braising liquids, so I'm going to throw a little bit of this onion soup mix in there. That's going to give it a nice rich beefy flavor and also add some more onion punch to it and help thicken that gravy just a little bit. Of course, you need some carrots and potatoes. Got carrots here, and I've got, I'm probably going to use like, I don't know, about 6 of these red potatoes. I'm going to peel them, throw them in here in a little bit. But let me get this beef roast opened up, and we're going to wash it off, pat it dry with paper towels, and then we'll brown off these vegetables in the meat. Be right back, folks. All right, so get your Dutch oven, put it over medium-high heat. Put you enough oil in there that, you know, a couple tablespoons usually is probably good. And that'll give you enough oil to get your veggies going. All right, so my oil's about ready, and I'm fixing to add these veggies, but also make sure that you've got your oven preheating to 300 degrees, okay? 300 Fahrenheit. Let's put these veggies in here. You can see the oil is shimmering there. Going in with my onions. Going in with my celery. You can also add some bell pepper or something in here. Again, like I always tell y'all, make it your own. So saute these down till the onions get translucent. That's going to be probably 4 to 5 minutes. I don't know if you can see it good on camera, but some of these onions are starting to turn kind of brown. That's what I'm looking for. It's been probably about 5 minutes, right at 5 minutes anyway. But what this is doing when you cook the onions like this is making the onions release their sugars. It's not only just tenderizing them, but they release their sugars, and that helps them turn a little brown, almost like going to the caramel stage, okay? We're not going quite that far. We're just wanting to kind of get a little brown on them. It's going to help make them have like a little nutty flavor. It's also going to flavor up that meat too, because we're going to brown the meat in the same oil right here. So you're flavoring your meat and kind of partially cooking your veggies. Yeah, I'm really smelling the onions now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my 4 cloves of garlic. And again, I just basically just took the bowl and just crushed them just slightly to bruise them a little bit. So when you start smelling this garlic, which is gonna take like a minute, at that point we're gonna take all the veggies out and we'll brown the meat, and I will bring you right back when we do that. All right, so there you go, there's my veggies. Again, see the onions have a little golden color? That's what you're looking for, folks. And again, about a minute after I put the garlic in, I pulled all this out. That garlic really gets fragrant down in there. So this oil that's left in here is seasoned with all those veggies and the garlic. Still on medium high. What you want to do is brown all sides of your meat. That's probably going to take about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and we'll bring y'all back after it's browned up. All right, I think we're browned on all sides now. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, man. Now, the trick to doing this is, if your meat's sticking to the bottom of your pan, it's not finished browning yet. So don't try to peel the meat off the bottom unless it's releasing free, okay? But I went ahead and did all the edges, as you can see here as well. Looking really nice. We're going to put this on the cutting board on the side. Now, when I'm deglazing all this goodness down here, this fond, the brown bits, I'm using water, but if you want to really kick it up a little bit, go ahead and use just some wine, some red wine preferably. And again, just peel this fond away. Watch the steam hitting your hand as you're doing this. Yeah, make sure you get all them sticky bits of goodness down in there unstuck. That's the goal of this. Yeah, man, I forgot to use red wine. That would have been fantastic in this. Whew, man. All right, everything's unstuck. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more water. I'm gonna add my soup mix here. Onion soup mix going in. Stir all that in, just till it dissolves. We're going to lay the meat in there in the middle, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't have a lot of buildup of stuff right in the middle. Put our meat back in. I'm going to go this side down. And we need to season the meat. Black pepper. Some seasoned salt. And that onion soup mix does have some salt in it, so you don't need to over salt your meat. Flip it over. Season the other side. Again, I told y'all this is going to be quick and easy. Well, not quick. I told you it's going to be easy, but that's about as easy as it gets, isn't it? Put your veggies back in. Yeah, put some on the meat too. That'll help flavor it. There we go. Get all them stragglers out of there, folks. Now then, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Right, now, I'm going to go in with the rest of the water until the water gets about halfway up the side of your roast. A little bit more. There we go. So that was probably about 4 cups of water that I used there. And make sure this isn't sticking on the bottom or anything. Yeah, we're good. So we're going to put a lid on this, and we're going to put it in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit until the meat starts getting pretty tender, and then we're going to add our carrots and potatoes. So put it in the lid covered, low and slow, baby. It's going to be good. Stick around. All right, this is 3 hours in. That fork is still pulling out just a little bit tough, so it's not quite there yet. It's getting close though, man. Yeah, it's looking really, really nice. Make sure it's not sticking. It's not. All right. Yeah, I'm liking that. That looks good. Now let's add the potatoes. There we go, potatoes going in. I just took these potatoes and cut them in half. I need a little bit more liquid in there for these potatoes. So I still have to add the carrots too. So let's add the carrots in there. So 1 pound bag of just carrots. I had about half of it in there. That'll probably work. Let's see if we can get some of this kind of sitting down in the liquid just a little bit. I don't know, might not have to add any liquid. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. There we go. Flip some of these potatoes just a little bit so that they're covered. There we go. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think I need to add any more liquid. Plus the heat and the steam inside the Dutch oven, when I put the lid back on, it's going to help cook all that anyway. So I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the oven. I'm going to drop the temp down to about 275. And we're going to keep cooking for another hour at least. All right, folks, it's been on for like 5 hours. Take a look at it. It's looking really, really good. Now I'm gonna see if I can try to get this meat out of here. It's probably really tender, but I'm gonna see if I can get it out of here and put it on this platter without busting it up too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Put this on the platter. All right, I'm gonna put these carrots and potatoes all around it. And what I'm gonna do with the rest of this, let me get you where I can see you. What I'm gonna do with the rest of this, I'm gonna take the actual juice that's left over, and I made a cornstarch slurry. And cornstarch slurry is kind of white, so I don't want it to mess with the color of this gravy, which I'm going to be making. So I'm going to put a little bit of Worcestershire, just a touch, maybe a teaspoon. That'll darken that slurry up a little bit and not affect the color too much on this gravy. All right, folks, fixing to make this gravy, and I'm going to put some beef stock in here because we didn't have very much liquid left over once I removed all the veggies and the meat. That's probably good right there. You just want enough so you can put it over your rice and your meat, veggies. We'll bring this up to a boil, and I'll bring you back when we add the slurry. All right, we're fixing to make our gravy. Now I've got my slurry right here, cornstarch and water, and also I did put some Worcestershire in here just so you know, but it wasn't dark enough for me. So I'll put a little bit of browning seasoning in there, a little browning sauce in there. That really spruced it up a little bit. Put that in there, give us a nice mix. And when this comes up to a boil again, it should start thickening. And that's gonna be our gravy. Folks, this is gorgeous. Put a little bit of rosemary around just for some color. Got our gravy right over here. It's looking really, really nice. It's not super thin, but it's not super thick either. It's just right for me. Got a little bit of rice over here. Let's see if we can, you know, start plating this baby up. Get us some potatoes over here. Let's get us some carrots. Just like so. Let's get a little bit of this meat. Now this may be the tricky part, folks. Nope, no trick about it. Check that out. That's just pulling apart right there, folks. Oh yeah. There you go, man. That meat's falling apart. Super tender. Gotta love it. It's USDA prime too. Right now, let's get us some gravy. Put a little bit of gravy over our rice here, a little bit over our meat. There you go, just like that. A little bit over the meat, a little bit over the potatoes and stuff. All right, we're fixing to try this pot roast. Folks, it smells fantastic in my kitchen. I wish y'all were here. You've got to give this recipe a try, and I know it's going to be good because I've been sampling. I got a special guest with me here.
Jeremy from Mad Scientist BBQ.
Folks, y'all be sure to go check out his channel. I'll put the link for it up here in the iCard and down below in the description box. He's going to help me do a little taste test on this pot roast, aren't you?
I am. So T-Roy twisted my arm and said, you have to taste this. And I said, I guess if I can help you out, I guess I will. And so I'm really looking forward to it. It smells amazing. If you guys had smell-o-vision, you would be drooling out of your mouths right now. This smells incredible. I'm
glad you could make the trip from California to come hang out with me for a little bit. Let's give this a try, man. Let me know your honest opinion. Be honest about it, okay?
I will. All right.
All right.
Here we go.
I want a little bit of everything, y'all.
That's really good. You get the pure taste of beef in that. I've been spending the last few days eating as much barbecue as I possibly could, and this, even though it's still eating beef, it's not all the smoke and salt and pepper and crazy seasonings.
Very simple. Very simple.
It's pure beef flavor, and it's immensely satisfying. It's all the savoriness you like, that comfort food savoriness. You get it all here.
Good, good. Glad you enjoyed it, and I know y'all will too. Again, give it a try. If you do, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And if you did enjoy the video, y'all give me some thumbs up. And by all means, I hope you share the video. And when you do, please tell all your friends that T-Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.